All right, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as America. Right, to wake up the 12 tribes, the nation of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. All right, get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order the ordinances of this Bible. All right. Now, I was just going back and forth with Ishakar over here, right, on that work duty detail. And I didn't get it on film, but it is what it is. So, hey. So, yeah.
How you doing?
Good, good. You?
I'm alive. Well, I was just about to bother you if you don't mind me bothering you. Would you happen to have a cigarette right now? I'm so stressed
I
out.
don't smoke. You ain't supposed to be smoking now. If you quit now, right, then you don't have that problem.
Oh, okay.
You do drugs,
No, I don't do drugs.
but alcohol,
How you doing?
tobacco is a drug.
Hi.
Are you a Mexican?
I'm Puerto Rican,
Okay.
but I don't.
Your
judge my
daddy's a
race.
Puerto Rican? What's your dad?
I came from Puerto Rico.
What's your dad?
My
Puerto
father?
Rican? Yeah, is he Puerto Rican?
You could be my dad. I don't know, man.
I'm asking, is your dad a Puerto Rican? You came from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I came from Puerto Rico. I never met him.
Oh, you never met him? Oh, that sounds like, okay, now what I'm trying to say, you believe in God?
I believe in you.
Me? I am a God,
There you
but
go.
I am not the Most High.
I know Jesus.
Okay, now Jesus is not God, but that he's the Son of God. Okay, now here's what I'm saying. All right, God has a chosen people. Okay?
Yeah, this is what I gotta go through.
You look like you got...
Look at, I went home, right? I went home, and look at. What the fuck?
Rodriguez, you're an Israelite. Okay, so you want a God's chosen people.
Yeah, but do you see this shit? I went home, and then they told me this.
You gotta go back.
Again, now I'm gonna go home again, and then they're gonna do the same thing again.
But what is it?
I'm going home. Look at it. It's a trespassing ticket.
Okay, what are you doing? Who are you involved with?
Nobody.
Okay, why do you think you came over here right now?
I just said hello because I caught right over there.
Right, okay, so, but
So I was
God,
like, hello, let's do
God
Jesus
made
this
you
way.
come over.
Let's
Is
Jesus
that
this
Wu-Tang
way.
or is that Batman?
No, it's not Wu-Tang. That's a family tang.
Okay, so, you came over here to hear this, whether it be good or whether it be bad, okay? You're one of God's chosen people, the nation of Israel. You're from the tribe of Ephraim, okay?
Fortuna.
His fortune. Okay, now, this is the fortune right here. You're one of God's chosen people. And God don't love everybody. He loves his chosen people, and that's it. You're one of them. You're from the tribe of Ephraim, and that's what, where's your phone at?
Ephraim? I don't have a phone.
Okay, when you get a phone, go to YouTube and you type in Puerto Ricans are God's chosen people.
Oh my gosh, you know what? Before I leave though, I want to. Oh, look at that little squirrel. He was all twirling his tail around like this. The little squirrel.
ahead.
I swear that was so cute. Look at him. He's
You
twirling
know
his
what?
twirl.
You ain't on
That's
just
so
cigarettes. You on something else.
No, that little squirrel
Okay,
right there.
let's squirrels all day. Let's talk
That's
about
so
this.
cute. I never seen that before. They do a little routine. That's cool.
Okay.
But I like what I was saying was I want to show you the song before I leave because it's freaking awesome. My ex-boyfriend decided to make a whole entire music career off of me because he took his feelings and decided to transport them into music. So I just wanted to show you. I just wanted to tell you about that because.
But this is the song right here.
Yeah,
The song that
it's
I'm
something
singing.
like that.
This song right here, this new song. This new song. This is the song we're supposed to be singing.
Jesus, yeah, Jesus is good.
Not Jesus. Okay?
Yeah, maybe
That's the white man's God.
Jesus
Okay.
and Jesus is God.
The one they call Jesus is
I like Allah too. Allah's
the
good.
one you call Jesus is dark brown skin and woolly hair like this right here. Okay?
I don't know, man. I'm very controversial and stuff.
Well, I mean, but
I think that Jesus may have been just a name of people who have died for somebody else.
well, the names changed because the language changed. Okay, so let me read this real quick. Okay, this is a description in Revelation. Right, his head. This is Revelation 1:14. His head and his hairs were white like wool. That's talking about the hair on his face, like his beard,
Like
sideburns. Okay, now it said white like wool, as white as snow, meaning this. He was fully gray. Like, see this gray hair up here? That's white, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he had white woolly hair. Who's got woolly hair?
Well, that's a stress, huh?
Who has woolly hair, like wool, like lamb's wool? Who's got that? Negroes, right?
Feel my hair.
Come on now,
Feel my
not
hair.
you. I
Feel
see
my
your
hair.
hair.
It feels like
I
it.
see your hair.
It feels like wool.
That ain't your real color neither, is it?
It feels like wool, my hair.
It does not.
Yes, it does.
No, it don't. This is wool right here.
No, feel it.
But you still one of
It
God's
does.
chosen.
It does.
Okay, so let me finish. All right. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. So, what color is brass? It's a little darker than your chain. Okay, and if you burn that in a furnace, it gets even darker. So he had dark brown skin. You understand? That's the one you call Jesus.
It's red, no?
What?
If they burned him, then he would have been red.
No, not burned him.
Like this?
It says brass as if it burned in the furnace. Metal.
Yeah, that's
metal.
like that's
if you
what I
take
read.
metal,
It has to be red. Look at.
no, not
Look at,
red.
I'm red.
If you burn anything,
Red
it
and-
ain't gonna turn red.
red
It's
or
gonna,
brown.
it's gonna turn brown. It's gonna turn darker than it was.
Like a brass color?
If okay,
It's like-
if you start with brass, what color is brass?
I don't know.
Sure.
It's not color, it's a metal.
Right, it's a metal. But what color is it? Metal has a
It's
color.
like concrete.
Metal has a color, right? All right, watch this. Now I'm gonna type in burnished brass, right? B-U-R-N-I-S-H-E-D, brass. Okay, I type in burnished brass. Let's see what comes up. Images. See this color right here? Damn it. That's what, look at that. See that?
Look at that. You
Oh,
see that?
What color are you?
That's the same color as
What color are
brass.
you?
As this one.
You are high yellow Ephraim, right? But see, look at that. That's brown. You brown. If you stayed out in the
Give me a
sun.
hug.
I ain't no hug.
Give me an air
I
hug.
no hug.
Air
No.
hug.
I don't know how many demons you got
I
on.
don't have none.
Come on now.
I love Jesus Christ.
Ah, but a minute ago, which Jesus Christ? The
I
brown
just
one?
want to tell you that I love you.
The
I
brown
don't
one?
know.
What is love?
What is love? It's
Yeah.
Jesus. Just,
No.
Love is Jesus.
No. Let me show you what love.
That's Jesus.
Let me
Love
show
is
you what love
Jesus.
is.
You don't want to give me a hug?
You got to know what love is.
Oh,
You love me?
I love you.
You don't love me.
That's fucked up.
You don't love
That's
me.
messed up. My heart just broke right now. I do love you.
You
That's
know
crazy.
what? Your game is strong, right?
No, I do love you. That's the thing.
Come on now.
I do. I do.
First
I really
try.
do. It's crazy. I love everybody. I mean,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just wanted to give you a hug, but since you don't want to give me a hug, I'll send you an air hug.
Hold
Look
on.
Look at, wait. Look at, this is me giving you an air
Second
hug.
John.
Right here, okay. Air hug.
Second John.
This is my strongest hug
Hold
that I
on.
can send you. I'm sending you a hug.
1 and
Hold
6.
on.
Look.
Ready?
Can you
Ready?
read? Can you read? Read this. Read out loud.
And this is love.
Oh, you're finna find out what love is. Ready? Go.
That we walk after his commandments.
Keeping the commandments of God is love. Are you keeping the commandments of God?
Yes.
Not when you smoking. You defiling your temple. So when you say you love me,
It doesn't say don't smoke on there.
it says don't defile your temple.
You have a cigarette?
See? You're not keeping the commandment. How can you love me?
It does not say not
Listen,
to.
when you
I'm
get a
so
man,
done.
when you get a man, right? This is how you know whether
I
he
have
cares.
a lot of men.
Okay,
Look at-
right?
look at-
And you're supposed to
Eat
have
up.
one.
Eat up,
So
eat
you're
up.
not keeping the
Look,
commandments. I ain't trying to see nothing.
That says Gordo.
I ain't
on
trying to
that.
see nothing.
That's Gordo.
Okay, I'm gonna leave Gordo's
Hey,
woman
I gotta
alone.
go.
How about that?
I gotta go.
All right, I'm gonna leave Gordo's woman alone. Hey, keep the commandments of God, Ephraimite.
Watch my car.
Keep your what? Keep the commandments of God and find out your true nationality. And away we go. This is Sirach 12. And this is how we got to walk. Be as though you had none. You understand? In these days, according to Paul, be as though you had none. This is Sirach 12. We got to get through this real quick for the edification of the king. Here Here's how it works. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though she humble herself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of her, and thou shalt be unto her as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that her rust hath not been altogether wiped away. First of all, that's a demon, okay? And she probably wasn't high, but she was festered with demons, talking about I got many men, all right? The book of Micah, let's do this real quick, all right? This is Micah 7 and 10. No, I don't want no damn hug. Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is my enemy. There she is right there. All right, that's Eve right there. All backward, tore back. Okay? I don't know my dad. Of course you don't. Okay, she couldn't even answer the question. But she was a Jake, though. All right? Couldn't answer the question because she don't know her dad. All right? That's Jake in the spirit. All right? But she that is my enemy. We're not in the time right now for having wives, especially plural, even one. Be as though you had none. Okay? Meaning, stay focused on what is about to happen in the world as we know it. This thing is coming to a quick end. All right? And now is not the time to be letting any nonsense. Let me finish this. Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. And here's what's going to happen, all right? This shit's going to get real bad, all right? And men of the Lord, we believe, we know and believe, we trust and believe that we can get this spiritual power and be able to defend ourselves and our families out here when chaos ensues, all right? And then all of these people that saw us out here, they're going to remember. Most High going to say, remember this situation, you're going to bring it to mind. Remember me? Remember me? I'm God's chosen. Remember you said that? I'm like, your game was weak then, and your game is weak now. Because guess what? Somebody coming to grab you up. All right? Solara. All right? Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it. Shall see what? Okay? Shall see what it's like to be, right, under the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, which reminds me, Salakia, I'm a little disoriented today. All right. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles at GMS, including the elders that came before them, who taught us this truth. The elder bishops as well. All right. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and the sincerity of the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Salakia, all right. I was talking to the brothers before the camera came on, so you kind of get out of your normal rhythm, all right. But this woman is your enemy, all right. And the last thing you want to do is be carrying your enemy through a war zone into combat, all right? Because she is going to get you killed. She's going to get you hemmed up, right? Going back to Eli. Denzel was like, no, I travel solo, all right? All of these things, right, are written for your learning, all right? So when Paul says, be as though you had none, well, and then they put it in a movie, like the Book of Eli, right? Or they put these things in a movie, like Nope, right? And you see that, and it's supposed to click. We're moving so fast into the strike zone, if you will, right? Everything that we learn, we got to make a practical application with that. You got to put it into play, if you will. All right? And knowledge and wisdom, or wisdom and knowledge, is the only thing that's going to keep you, right, sane. Right? Knowing that these things must needs be. Right? Fear none of those things that shall come upon you. Let's get there. Even getting locked up in the FEMA camp. Before you even get to behold the devil, okay? So Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Stop. Okay? What is that? Well, it's called Jacob's trouble. Meaning the fiery furnace. Okay? You're going to suffer the fiery furnace. How did Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right? How did Daniel, Belshazzar, how did he get through the fiery furnace? And come out on the other side unsinged. How did he do that? Okay? One word, faith. Okay? Faith. You gotta believe. You have to believe that what you're out here doing, okay, is the only way. This is the only way. The only way to be delivered and not go head first into slavery, right? Because some people are going to make it. The Most High is going to keep you alive. But what happens after that? See, the story isn't over. Lord willing, we're looking down through the sea of glass, watching this place burn. The story ain't over yet. We got work to do. Okay? That's when the hunting, right, really commences. There's going to be some hunting on this side. But on the other side, okay, you talk about some bloodhounds and slave patrol. All right. First thing we're going to do is go to the underground bunkers. So there's much work to do, not just this work. All right. We got a kingdom to build, or to design, and to delegate. We're going to delegate to our second. The second is going to go to the taskmaster. It's going to go all the way downhill to the nigga that his hands are bloody from them cotton bowls, them boluses. All right. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, meaning, hey, your ass will be in the fiery furnace. It's a test. It's refining. It's making your metal darker. It's purging the impurities. It's getting you ready to rule in the kingdom, which is here I'm trying to explain burnished brass to this enemy, right? And the Most High doesn't make mistakes. Here comes this child, right, scantily clad, right, asking me for a damn cigarette now. So all of this is by design. Everything is supposed to happen, right, including the fiery furnace. All right, how you respond to it, okay, how you deal with it. Wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge dictates that, bitch, get out of here. No, you got to tell her you got a job to do. You got to let her know. Well, do you believe in God? Well, you're a God. Well, I'm working on it. But I'm not the Most High. I'm a son of God. Right? And Lord willing, we are those men in the beginning. In the beginning, Allahayim. Okay? So I'm not going to argue with that. Maybe that was a message. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to do a job. Hey, repent, stop smoking, keep the commandments. What is love? You're going to want some love coming up after you done been ran through. After there's a line of dudes, right, waiting to put hell on you. Let's just say it like that. And it's not going to be a pleasurable experience, no matter what you do. All right? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. All right? Why is he going to put you in a prison? To try you. Same thing as the fiery furnace. He's preparing you, right? Testing you, purifying you, right? To be a ruler in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Orientation, if you will. Be thou faithful. There it is. Be thou faithful. Okay? This is the whole story. I'm going to have to do a lesson on it. Be thou faithful until death. Here's how you get a crown. Be faithful until death. You have to get your ass in the oven. Get in the oven, and if you die like a man, full of faith. That's basically what it's saying. All right? The time that we're in right now requires great focus. And you can't be being distracted by anything. Oh, well, I'm a singer, and one of my boyfriends, one of my men, one of my husbands, right? And the Most High is laughing at me, right? Years ago, I would have said, well, let's make you a demo or some dumb shit like that. Nah. Lucky. Let's read the whole thing. Revelation 2 and 10 from the top. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. There's a lot in there. All right? That's the time that we're in. Okay? What time are we in? The time of Jacob's trouble. The fiery furnace being tried in the fire. Okay? That's what you got to wrap your head around. Ain't nobody getting around. You're not going to saunter to the side. You got to go straight in there, sit down, and do what until death? Be thou faithful. Right? Patience and faith. Yesterday's camp lesson was supposed to go into faith and patience. And whatever it turned into, Lord willing, people that watched it were edified. All right? But faith, man. All right? Be thou faithful until death. What does that mean? That means that while you're in there and it's getting hot in the oven, you got to take it. You got to take whatever the Most High throws at you. This is what it means to be faithful. Okay? Let's examine it again. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. What does that mean? That means you're definitely going to, thou shalt suffer. Don't fear anything that I'm going to put you through. Meaning this, I'm definitely going to put you through some shit. That's number one. Okay? Nobody's going to walk through Jacob's trouble, right, to the other side and make it. No, you're going to be tried. And guess who ain't going to make it? A nigga that says Jacob's trouble is gay. That's the nigga that's not going to make it. Okay, why? Because he has no faith. All right? A nigga that says the MOTB is not the C-hip. This nigga's going to take it. Here's how it works. Why? Why are you going to take the C-hip? You're already making an excuse to, the C-hip is not the MOTB. The reason that comes out of a nigga's mouth is because he's already got it in his head. He's going to take it. He's making excuses. Right? Oh, it's not that. You could go ahead. Just like Johanna. Oh, yeah, you could take that. All right. Suddenly, Esau is not the devil. He's not your enemy no more. You can trust him. Wait a minute. We just read Sirach 12 and 10. All right. And any woman, first of all, she's your enemy until she proves otherwise. Until she shows great faith. Right? And I'm like this. At this point, I'm like this. No. Okay, hey. It's all good. We're going to see. We're going to see. Because, see, the scriptures tell you the whole story. King Solomon, I have not found one. One have I not found. So, and this is how you do the math. Okay? You haven't found one? Yeah, but mine's is different. No, you haven't found one. Well, what am I to do at this point if you haven't found one? Philippians 2 and 12. You work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Don't worry about her. If she's of the elect, guess what she's going to make? She's going to do what is right. Okay? But Sirach 12 and 10. Never, she's still your enemy. If she makes it, she's still your enemy. She just made it. In the kingdom, she'll be right. She'll be in her right mind. Until then, don't get distracted. Okay? What is she supposed to do? She's supposed to work out her own salvation with fear and trembling. Has nothing to do with me. We're all individuals in this thing. Here's sound thinking. Here's focus. Here's keeping your eye single. Worrying about your woman, even though she's a saint, right? She's a saint, right? Well, there's your trial. Thinking that your woman is a saint, there's your trial. You're not paying attention. Okay? That's on her. Either she's going to make it or either she's not. Has nothing to do with you. That's not your battle. Your battle is Philippians 2 and 12. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. If she makes it, it was already written. If she don't, it was already written. There's nothing you can do. Don't worry about her. Okay? And that's a trial. That could be the fiery furnace from you. The moment you're like, oh, but wait. I got to go back and get her. No, she needs to be quiet and be right on your heel. Shouldn't have to say anything. You've already told her everything she needs to know. Is she listening? Is she going to do it? Or is she going to be the reason that you didn't make it because you went back? If you go back for your woman, guess what? Lot's wife got you. She was looking back. She wasn't looking ahead. She wasn't doing what you told her to do. Hey, stay on my heel and be quiet. That's all you need. After that, there's nothing you can do. She fell, and the slow-moving monster is going to get her. This nigga's walking this slow, and you falling? Don't fall. If you do fall, hey, get your ass up and stay on my heel. Because I'm not coming back. I'm not looking back. It's every man for himself. And just like my focus is going to be singular, my eye is going to be single, hey, yours better be too. You better get your eyes single. Meaning this, you better get in order. And that's it. I got me to worry about. All right? What does it mean to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling? It doesn't say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling and then look back. It says, don't look back. Remember Lot's wife? Everything keeps saying, look forward. Fuck Lot's wife. There's a monument to looking back out there. Remember this? These are the instructions. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Here's the instruction. Don't look back. Remember Lot's wife? That's the instruction. Be as though you had none. That's the instruction. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's the instruction. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. That's the instruction. Don't. You are about to fucking catch hell. Get ready. Don't be afraid, but you are gonna catch hell. Making it from one side of the valley of the shadow of darkness to the other on your pilgrimage. But don't be afraid. Have faith. Be thou faithful all the way into. Oh, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna make it. Don't say that. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm almost dead, but I'm gonna make it. Gotta follow these. Don't be a fool and despise instruction and wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom and knowledge is going to get you through this. And following this instruction. Don't look back. Keep your eyes single. Work out your own salvation. And have no fear, only faith. Here's how you make it. And what do you get if you do those things? And I will give thee a crown of life. Crown of life means you made it. Whether you died or not, you could die and still get the crown of life. That's still a win. All right? It's written that some of us are going to die and win. And that's the understanding. Okay? Understand that death doesn't mean you lost. Okay? Unfaithful until death, you lost. Faithful until death, win. We're trying to win. We're trying to make it. Faithful until death, you made it. Let's prove that. Let's go to Thessalonica. Start at 13. And let's get some understanding. Okay? If you die with all faithfulness is a win. Okay, here's the explanation. The hope of resurrection. 1 Thessalonians 3 and 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep. What is asleep? That means your ass is dead. That ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. Hope and faith. Hope and faith. You're already dead. If you don't have no faith, you're already dead. You're a goner, as they say. So don't be in no sorrowful mood. Going back to fear none of those things. Let's read it again. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep. Hey, them that are asleep, full of faith, right, that died in their faithfulness, all right, but I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not. Don't trip on them that died in this truth, striving, even as others which have no hope. Hey, just because they died doesn't mean that they didn't make it. Don't be one of them ones that lose the faith. There was a band of demons called Faith No More. Right? Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, woo, there it is. There's your example. Yahushua did it. The things that I do, you shall do and more. The resurrection. If it happens that you die in the faith. Die in the what? In the faith. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so, them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him. Meaning you have faith into the very end. You happen to die in your faithfulness with Yahushua on you. Most High God, that's a win. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. That we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in a Mashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Here's the comfort, all right? If you die in faithfulness, right, in this fiery furnace, fight until the end, it's still a win. That's the comfort. Okay? It's that faith. Let's go back. Revelation 2 and 10 again. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. You're going to catch that hell. Okay, now, as you're catching that hell, here's a faith booster. Okay, the Most High is not going to put more on you than you can handle. Okay, meaning this. If you man the fuck up, right, and endure a little pain, you'll make it. It's called man the fuck up. All right? You're about to catch, understand you're going to catch hell, and there might be some pain involved. Here's the instruction. Let's get that. Will not tempt you more than. Let's get it. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Let's walk it down here. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right? So there's no excuse, really, other than a little pain, and not so much that you can't take it. Now, if you're a weenie and a bitch-ass nigga, then you can't take it. And a bunch of you raised by your mamas, right? Granny raised you, and Granny wasn't right. Granny put your little ass to bed and go out to the club with her old ass, with 2 teeth in her mouth, thinking she's fine. You understand? If you got any real home training, at the age of 12, you became a man. And you could take an ass whooping, right? Because you got an ass whooping for all the right reasons. Not to shut up and go to bed so Granny can go out. All right? Ain't nothing right about that. And those things manifest, okay, in you, in a bitch-ass nigga. And let's get some different versions. Because a nigga won't understand that. We got to make it plain on tables here. First Corinthians 10 and 13 in the NLT. The temptations in your life are no different from what others experience. You're not the only one going through this. And the Most High is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way out so that you can endure. There it is. Is that plain? That's pretty plain. I don't know. How about the good news? This is good news translation. Every test that, okay, and these are tests, trials, all right, temptation is a test. The last temptation of Christ. Every test that you have experienced is the kind that normally comes to people. Is normal. Okay? But God keeps his promise, and he will not allow you to be tested beyond your power to remain firm. At the time you are put to the test, he will give you the strength to endure it, and so provide you with a way out. Okay, so there ain't no excuse other than being a bitch made, a bitch ass nigga who can't take a little pain. And that's what being a man is about. You got to fight through your pain. And what? Oh, it was too tough. No, it wasn't. You're just a bitch ass nigga. Okay? And it's good training. I'll say this, all right? There have been times on an old man's body, right? Recently, I'm out here on some bad knees, right? Want to whoop a nigga's ass, but knowing that you can't. Got to humble yourself. And I'll walk away after being out here for as long as I could stand up and limp back to the car, right? Because my knees are all jacked up. And then the other day, I'm like, well, I'm going to put my mind to it, and I'm going to heal myself, right? You do a little work, focus a little energy through your fingertips on the affected area, and guess what? You're rejuvenating, right? Well, that's a way out. That's a way to escape, right? A couple of years ago now, about 4, I had an inguinal hernia right here where your guts start coming out of your groin area. Woo! That was a test, right? Can't raise your voice. You can't. I mean, shoot, I'd do 30 minutes and have to sit my ass down. I'm like, that's the best I could do.
Okay.
You understand? So that was a real test. It was a real test. And call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash. Never missed a day. Got out there. Might have been a short amount of time, but hey, you do what you can. And I remember I was like, okay, well, it's going to be hard. And this was before things started moving fast. So, and it was a test. And I resigned myself. I'm like, you get a little hernia belt, you strap it on. Get out there. You do the fucking best you can. And it was hard. I think it went on for about a year or so. And then I was like, oh, I gotta, I go to work. It's hard to work. Work involves lifting, and you can't lift. And it was, whoo! But you do it. You're right at the edge. Like, this is too much. It's not too much. You can still do it. You got to crawl out to the camp. If you got to wheel your ass out there, that's what it is. So I remember, you get it in your head, I got to heal myself, and that's where that faith and that belief and that hope, and that's what you're supposed to be cultivating that. You're supposed to be working on that, And, man, I remember the day, some you might have a good day and it might not pop out because you had to tuck it back in, right? I remember tucking it in and it not coming out for like a day. Oh, it must be doing something. So you do these little exercises and you focus energy. And I remember making a conscious effort to heal I gotta heal myself. You do a little study. How do you heal it naturally? Because you don't go get a shunt and they put the metal, the mesh in there and like, no, you're not doing any of that. You take it like a man. Get your ass out there, Pray about it. And you know what? It's 4 years ago now, or maybe 3 from the time that I got it, but whatever. Hey, call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash. Do you know what a hernia is? So anyway, the Most High delivered me from that. And those are the kind of things that build your faith, build your hope. I'm like this. And then you get people coming against you. Oh, you ain't no man of the Lord. Oh, you ain't this and you ain't that and you ain't this. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You can say anything you want to. Okay? And somebody saying that to you is no different than your enemy, right? Eve. Oh, you ain't in no truth. Like, nigga, you don't know what I've been delivered from. To come out here and and do an hour and a half instead of just 30 minutes. You know? So that's a personal testimony, right? And that's a faith, that's a true faith builder. If I come back from that, I'm like, well, the Most High is and you know, sometimes you feel hopeless, right? You come back from something like that, you ain't got no damn excuse. All right? So, back to, let's read it again. First Corinthians 10 and 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. And that is just the plain truth. After coming through something like that, right, there ain't no excuse. And that's a testing ground for what we're about to go through right now. You got to go back and say, that strength that you got, that hope and that faith booster, you got to bring that with you into Jacob's trouble and make it to the other side, right, of the valley of the shadow of death. Because we're in it now. All right? We get a chance to see the beginning. See, a nigga ain't going to understand that this is it until it hits him, and it's going to be too late. We already see it. We see that it has began. It's going down. Some motherfuckers got it in the back of the, oh, no, it ain't never, nigga, it's going down right now. You know, it's lucky with chicks. I got to massage my knee a little more right now. You know? But it is what it is. All right? Hey, you got to have faith that those new bodies are coming. That spiritual power is coming. Hey, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to get that spiritual power? All right? Don't let me get no new body. Don't let me come out of this old man meat suit. All right? But what do? Take heed to instruction. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Hey, you gotta, it's a faith thing. It's about that faith. And you gotta build it. You gotta build that faith right now. Okay? You gotta fill up on faith, knowing that these things are coming, knowing that these things are here right now. I'm gonna tell you, one of the biggest factors. So you got powers that you ain't even using. You got to use what you got. You got things that you know about, you ain't even using. You know, one of the biggest spiritual powers that you have right now prayer. Prayer is a spiritual power. And you ain't using it. You're barely using it. You're not using it to your full potential. I'm not. Okay, let me start with me. Let me teach me first. See, the water Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, for these words coming out of my mouth, right? I need to watch this video. Prayer is a that's a lesson. Prayer is a superpower, spiritual power. And we're not even using it. And anybody that says that they pray enough, no, you don't. You could pray because everybody can pray more. I certainly can. Okay? Because prayers are answered. That is a spiritual dialogue between you and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to get the things that you want and that you need, and he already knows. So that's a spiritual power. When that thing manifests, hey, I prayed that the hernia goes away, and it did. Spiritual power. You can heal yourself. All right, you do some serious meditation and serious prayer, and you come out of something like that, a nigga can cure cancer by thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Praying. You can pray your ass up out of that. Eat right. Stop eating pork. And pray your way right out of that thing. Drink water. Right? Have a green smoothie. Again, I'm going to go back and watch this. Do the will of the Most High. Keep the commandments. Right? Be spiritual. Don't look back. Work out your own salvation with fear. Do what is right. Do what is pleasing to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. How do you get through Jacob's trouble? Pray. Got to use your spiritual power. Pray for spiritual power. In my everyday prayer, of course I pray for spiritual power. You pray for humbleness, humility. The things that are pleasing to the Most High. Okay? I have to pray more. I have to make a concerted effort to pray more and more diligently. And to meditate. Meditate on prayer. In all sincerity. How do you magnify your prayers? Pray without ceasing. Pray. Be more diligent in your prayers. Okay? Keep your eyes single in prayer. Build your faith. Faith building. Okay? Prayer, faith building. To prepare for what you shall suffer. Right? Pray to make it through the things which thou shalt suffer. Pray for bravery, courage, spirit, health, fear of the Most High. Okay? Courage while in the fiery furnace. While if you get snatched up, you got to start talking to yourself. Okay, all right, they got me. Now what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to have that handbook. They're going to take everything away from you. You're like, okay, all right, what's the plan? The plan is this. Faith, prayer. Keep your eye single for what? That way out. Was that 1 Corinthians 13? 10 and 13? Let's read it again. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. This is very important, all right? Because when you read Revelation 2 and 10, it's about getting apprehended. Let's use that word. Okay, when you get apprehended or you get thrown into the fiery furnace, when you get thrown into prison, when you get casted into prison, what do you look at? What do you want most? You want a way out. Well, it speaks of the way out. When you get thrown into prison, hey, if you ain't looking for the way out, nigga, how are you gonna? You're just sitting there. Oh, I'm up. You gotta be like, right here where the bars are, is it strong? You gotta be looking. You gotta be scheming. When the bailiff, what's this nigga called? When the CO or whatever they call this motherfucker comes up, he got the keys. You grab this nigga. You gotta be looking for a way to escape. It says that. You can't just let that fall on deaf ears. Okay? You gotta be looking for the way. The way to escape is right there. Say, hey, nigga. And you like, I'm hopeless. No, you gotta know that I've done everything that I'm supposed to do, and this is just a trial. Okay? And my faith is strong, so there has to be a way out. I'm not going to let this get to me because I'm only going to be tested to the point that I can take it, and then there's going to be a way. There's going to appear, right, a way to escape. Somebody going to come and open the door. Most High put the spirit on the CO. Hey, nigga, get out of here. You know. That's written right here. And sometimes you have to play with it, because the way it's written, you're like, it provide a way to escape. Nigga, hey. You gotta make that come alive. You have to hold on to that. All right? It says, but will, with the temptation, with the trial, also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. right? So what does that mean? It means two things. If you escape, you took it. To bear it means to take it. You made it out of there. All right? But to know that if you do what is right, when you get in there, you're like, oh shit. That's when you have to raise your shit up. Because if you let your sins wear you down, bring you down, if you let that captivity or that furnace, oh shit, nigga, I'm finna die. No. You gotta have faith that you're gonna get out. Even if getting out means dying. Hey, I got faith. I'm gonna make it out of here. There's going to appear a way for me to escape. Why? Because it says so right here. I'll read the whole thing. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will, with the temptation, also make a way to escape. So, and that's his word. So just as sure as he put you in the fiery furnace, he has to, by his word, make a way to escape. So that's hope. You got to go in there. They got me. You go in, like, yep, but as sure as they got me, there must be a way to escape. And then you use your spiritual power. You pray. You might even, Yahweh Shemi Hoshai, give me the strength to hit a tone and the walls come crumbling down. Okay? Whatever it is, you faith your way up out of there. Why? Because you're a son of God. You're one of the Most High's chosen. Well, you want to be. You're of the hopeful chosen. You're called. Now let's make it chosen. You got spiritual power. Prayer. Faith. Okay? Knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge. Well, what do you do? Well, here's the instruction. Use your spiritual power, faith, prayer, wisdom and knowledge, and get your ass up out of there. Mind control. The Jedi mind trick, nigga. Here come the motherfucking CO with the keys. You like this. You're going to let me out of here. I'm going to let you out of here. They didn't put that in that movie for nothing. Hey, we're getting our powers back. We're gods. Like the little girl guy. You're a god. Oh, the Wada Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai. A demon will come up and say, is it time? Is it that time yet? But will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. You got to be thinking like, okay, all right, I'm hemmed up, but I got hope. I got faith. I'm finna pray. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna use this time, right? Get yourself together. Put a force field around you. Might be some undesirables in there looking at you crazy. Put a force field around you. Pray for protection, courage, strength, the strong tower. What is a strong tower? A strong tower is a fortress, a castle with a moat. Okay? The name is a strong tower. You good, you good. You've got to use the tools that you were given. You got to use your spiritual power. The Most High's name is spiritual power. You got to use what you got. You don't sit there and give up. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. That's a fortress. That's a castle with a moat. So when you're locked up in there with cutthroats and shit, first thing you do is you put a spiritual force field around yourself. How? Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kadash. I pray for protection. I pray for a force field around me. The time that we're coming into, which is unlike any other on the face of the earth since it was created, you have to use the things that you were given in order to get through this thing. And now is the time to collect yourself and to get your affairs in order. You already have spiritual power. You got to use it. If you don't know what it is, you're waiting for I Dream of Genie to enter into the room. You now have spirit. No. Okay? Prayer. You already got spiritual power. Breaking down the scriptures. Being out here on the highways and the byways faithfully. Making videos. All right? Spirit got to be on you to do that. The spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua has to be working with you, right? Not that everybody out doing that is in the spirit. You got niggas out here for filthy lucre. You got, you got demons out here. You got false teachers. But you sincere ones out there, hey, you're already doing it. And you have to hone in. You have to dial that thing in. Just like healing. Instead of saying, well, when I get my spiritual power, I want to be a healer, right? And I say that all the time. But my dialogue should be this. I'm going to start now working on my ability to spiritually heal. I'm going to start with me. I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to see the energy coming through my fingers, and I'm going to start with healing myself. You got to be proactive in this thing. Okay? You can't wait for spiritual power to hit you. You have to understand that you're already doing it. All right? First of all, we're going to have spiritual power in the kingdom. All right? and the kingdom is within you. So really, you already got spiritual, you're just not using it. You're waiting for somebody to give you permission to use it. And again, I'm going to watch this video. Then you put these things into play. I'm going to go home and heal my knee, knowing that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I was able to heal my hernia. And I know it was Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? But you have to speak it into existence. You have to, pray. What do you think prayer is? It's speaking and manifesting something by communicating with your higher power. And you have to break down those barriers. What do you think Esau spent his life doing? Separating from that power. Knowing that all you got to do, right, he knows that if we all turn to the east and called on the name, it's a wrap. That's the connection that we have. And he was able to, separate us from that. So, unseparate. Bring it home. Okay? Because you will get hemmed up. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Meaning the Most High is going to hem you up and test you. Okay? And right there, part of that test is the way out. And if you have no faith, you can't see. You're not looking for the way out. You're already defeated. So when you die in that situation, you died with no faith, no crown. But if you like this, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, put your head in the guillotine, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, whop. One, that's a win. You got to understand the dynamics of what's going on. Hey, this devil is using every bit of witchcraft that he's got. That's his spiritual powers. Witchcraft on the left-hand side. Well, we got to use what we got. He done talked you out of. This nigga is using every spell and incantation that his grandpappy done passed down to. And our fathers, our forefathers have passed down our power to us too. You got to put it into action. I have to put it into action. I have to do everything that I'm out here saying right now is the Spirit running through me. Am I doing it? I have to. I got to watch this video a couple of times. I'm getting bombarded. Fucking squirrel. That witch came over here and put a squirrel hex. This nigga's right above me, too. He's trying to get me. He's trying to bombard me. So I can move over here. Can't get me right here. Look at that. He's trying to get me. Little bitch. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna close the camp. All right. Lord's will. Yeah, he's trying to hit me. Lord's will, this was edifying. All right. It was for me. I'll watch it again. The book of Ecclesiastes. This nigga steady trying to get me, boy. ain't gonna get me. I'm out of range. I see you, little bitch. I see you. You looking straight at me, shit. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Wow, he's trying hard. I'm not leaving. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of men. All right? You gotta pray, man. The book of Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, so with that, we say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akal Kadash. All right, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, all right? And with that, we're going to say shalom. This motherfucker's trying to get me. I'm leaving, nigga.